Le Mans Classic. This is the second time I've driven this car. When I came to England in 1969, the 917s were still racing. I started racing in 1970 in Formula Ford, and I saw these cars race with Pedro Rodriguez and Joe Sippert in the 1,000-kilometre race at Brands Hatch. And in the rain, and I thought, I wondered whether I'd ever drive one of these. But unfortunately, the start of my career coincided with the last year of the 917, so I did drive for the golf team, for John Wire, and John Horsman was the team manager, and it was in the Golf Mirages, which were basically under the new regulations. They were open cars. We had Cosworth engines in those cars. And my first year in driving the sports cars, I was Mike Halewood's co-driver, so that was my introduction to the golf racing. And then 2 years ago, Roald Goeth, who owns the golf team, and Adrian Hamilton approached me asked me if I'd like to drive a 917 at the Le Mans Classic, and I jumped at the chance because it's the one car I always regretted missing out on driving. So we did quite well. We finished third overall out of the 3 races that year, 2 years ago. This time the car's been completely rebuilt by Griff and his boy Ben. It came out literally out of the box, straight onto the racetrack. We've adjusted nothing. The car was fast immediately. I was lucky enough to go out and get pole position, and it was just unfortunate that during the night, during night practice, I was approaching the end of the straight, some slower cars, and they threw the yellow light, or the yellow flag, was signified, there was a problem up ahead, and the car in front of me braked suddenly when he saw the yellow, and I was approaching him at a very high speed, and in order to avoid hitting him, I had to spin the car, and I went between him and actually overtook him, but I was going backwards at the time, so that meant some damage suffered to the car, which it wasn't possible to repair it for the race. So there was a lot of work went into it, and we didn't actually get to race the car. It's an absolutely amazing car. I'd say wouldn't be a racing driver anywhere that wouldn't say that would be a car they would like to try during their career. So it's been a great privilege for me to be able to have that experience. I run Le Mans, yes. I was second also in the Golf Mirage. John Pierre at Jarrier and I was second, and I was also third. I started driving for the Porsche team in 1981, and 1982 I was second in one of the Rothmans Porsche 956s with Jochen Mass, and then in 1983 I won the Le Mans 24-hour race with 2 American co-drivers, Hurley Haywood and Al Holman. Well, not bad. I did 16, and I was second a couple of times, and third and fifth, and led it a few times. That you need a little bit of luck at Le Mans. The year we won it, we led the race for 20 hours, and then the door flew off at about 220 miles an hour, 1.5 hours from the end, and that had the result of doing a little bit of damage to the intercooler, and the engine literally seized up going over the finishing line. We won the race from Derek Earl by about 45 seconds. So after 24 hours we could have lost it just like that, but we managed to stroke it around, and it seized up on the finish line.